Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're going to be having a look at
VintageRack. Oh, God, look at that rack. Can I see your rack? Ooh!
Yeah, made by Igor Vasiliev, and it's awesome. But first we're going to kick off with a brand new track from Wolfstone Studio and the bear himself. This is Everything Goes Tonight. Boom.
Step up to the floor, leave your troubles behind. Clap your hands, move your feet to the beat of the night. Feel the sound all around, everyone's dancing tonight. Side to side, up and down, any way it feels right. It's okay, it's your time, everything goes tonight. Everyone has roles that we play in life. Cannot lose control, must stay in the sky. The clock is ticking down, start to step away. No one's looked around, and now it's time to play. I know, how you feeling now? Come on, gonna take a ride way up. You can almost fly, step up to the floor, leave your troubles behind. Clap your hands, move your feet to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet to the beat of the night. Feel the sound all around, everyone dancing tonight. Side to side, up and down, any way that feels right. It's okay, it's your time, everything. It's okay, it's your time, everything goes tonight.
Yeah, howdy do. Ooh, camera's a bit low. What's happening, everybody? Yes, indeed. That was, in fact, Wolfstone Studio and Tremor Bear coming together to make some fantastic... You just want to get up and groove, don't you? You just want to get up and slap your back and grab your VintageRack and all that stuff. I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS. I hope you're all doing well today. I want to welcome all the warts to the channel. If you're a wart warrior, it costs $1 a month. And guess what? We've got a date set for the for YMT. I know I stole YMT, your music trivia for the warts. We actually have a date set. For those of you who are Patreons, it means next week, next Patreon. Not this one coming. This one coming still happening. But next Patreon won't be happening. We'll take a week off from Patreon. And instead I'll be replacing it with the trivia night. Your music trivia. YMT is happening. So for me, the date will be the 9th of October, which will be the 8th for most of you who live in the past. And what is it? It's happening on this channel. It's for the secret wart warriors. If you're a wart warrior for $1 a month, not only do you get custom emojis, but we do a secret show. I'm trying to do it once a month. It's so hard to fit in another show. But yeah, this last time we did the Sunday roast where we roasted your songs, and the next one we are going to do a your music trivia night where we do questions about your music from the community of musicians and stuff. So it should be a fun night. The maximum amount of people we can have for the game show will be 50 people. There is an app you'll need to download, but you'll all have a little buzzer, multiple choice questions. I've put a bit of work into this, so it should be a really fun night. So there's an update on that. I want to thank Ron and Jenny and Bear. Ron and Jenny sent me the track to master last week, so that they've just dropped that on their YouTube channel. There's a pinned link up the top. Go click on it and go check out their music because they're fantastic artists, yeah? And good people too. I'm a little bit puffed out because during that song I had to run downstairs and grab my vape. I left it downstairs in the kitchen from making coffee. Let's say hello to you all, and then we'll get into today's app. We've got a double show today. What is happening? We're doing this show now, and then I'll finish this show off, and then about half an hour afterwards, I'll come back and do another show. And I did promise, the reason I'm doing this show is I did promise you guys this. So if you have any art that you would like generated or created for your song Timber track, for maybe promotional videos, for backgrounds, for video clips that you're thinking of, start getting your thinking caps on now. And I'll do another show after this running Midjourney because I have an unlimited account with Midjourney. So you come back to the show in the chat, type in your words, your phrases, and I'll try and generate as much artwork for you guys as I can, yeah? So that's happening directly after the show. Let's say hello to you all. I'll work backwards today because I'm the backwards bitch. Mark Bro, what's going on? Sean Chandler, hello. Hello, Deep Gravity, Thomas Christ, Jerry Gomes, Jamie Melander, Tremor Bear, Joe Glenn, Midnight Bandit. Who else do I see scrolling back? Audible Video, hello to you. Thanks, Thomas, as always. Our amazing moderators here who do such a great work. And I don't have to keep on a leash. I said Joe, didn't I? I saw Pete was here. Leela's here as well, under the blankets, blanket hellos. She's waving from the blankets. I want to thank Pete too for, if you just missed Pete's stream, he opened for me today. And he so kindly, well, he worked out how to dump. Pete's officially a dumper now. Pete loves to dump. He did a great job. And, you know, we concocted that little show yesterday. Well, Pete came up with the idea. We kind of put our heads together. I sent him my video from yesterday. He swerved you all by saying he was going to be mastering his track, and he just played a chopped up version of me, yeah? I thought that was very clever. Pete's first dump. Yes, I know, Thomas. Pete's first dump. It needs to be a children's book, doesn't it? Pete's first dump with a picture of Pete Johnson. Hey, Brad, I was Pete's first dump. Oh, God. Georgie, I'm so sorry. Anyway, Brad Example, what's going on, my friend? Love you, Brad. I think I got most of you. I think I saw right at the very top, too. I saw Conspiracy Music there. If you're still here, hello, my friend. Pete's first dump. You know, that's going to be my song for Songtember next year. Yeah? Pete's first dump. PFD. It's an FMC song. Oh, my God. I need to add it to the FMC list. PFD, Pete's first dump. Do you know, I'll tell you something interesting. You may not find this interesting, but I I think, I can't remember. It was on one of Pete's shows, right? He said something on one of his shows. I can't show you this screen. Where is it? Let me find it. FMC. So I've got this list here of FMC songs, which anytime I come up with something funny, I add to the list. And on one of Pete's shows, he said this, and it became an FMC title. Stroking my salt and pepper beard. I think it was Pete who said that. That is now officially a song that I'm working on for the next FMC album called Stroking My Salt and Pepper Beard. And now on the list here I've got Pete's first dump. There you go. I can probably show you it here. So here's this list of songs. There's some pretty terrible stuff here. Skip Full of Dicks. Fill Your Scumbag. Oh dear. There's some horrible stuff in here. Look at that. Your Anus Live. I wonder where we got that one from. Anyway, we'll get away from that. That's ridiculous. It was, Pete. You were sitting there stroking your beard. And I just turned it into an FMC song. Hey, Maury P, what's going on? We've got off to a bizarre start, haven't we? A bizarre start. Yes, indeed. So, before we jump in as well, let me just create a new screen here. If you didn't know, Bandcamp, over on Bandcamp, Metheus I just dropped my Metheus stuff last night. Can I find it? Here we go. So last night I officially released the new Metheus track, Hunger. So it's now available. There's been a few people who've bought it. Thank you so much for buying it. I never expect people to buy my music, so that's very kind of you as well. But that's now available. Also, what is also now available? The utensils track is on here as well too. I think if I type -U10 cells, if it works, U-10 cells. Why do I have to have such a stupid name for my music? There we are. Utensils. So the AI generated track here's the Symphony of the Apocalypse is available now on Bandcamp if you want to get it early before it comes out on streaming services. All right, we've done all that mindless advertising stuff. Price drops. Clev Grand have a birthday sale on. Yay! Oh, that's what I wanted. They've got, looks like half price across all of their, I'm not sure if it's all of them. It looks like it's all of them, maybe kind of, sort of. So what's here anyway? Looks like half price DAW cassette, Compressor, Slammer. So a bunch of their apps are on sale for a birthday sale. So if you've been eyeing off anything Clev Grand, eye off no more. Go and finger your Clev Grand apps. All the session band apps are on sale too. All of these are on sale down to $2.99. I think I've only done a couple of these, but I do use them to make backups. They're really good for making little backing drum tracks because you've got like these blues ones, jazz ones, rock ones. I kind of used to take the piss out of them, but they've been really handy to make backing tracks. So all of them are on sale. There you go. We're going to look at this today, though, because this is awesome. This is VintageRack. It is by Igor Vasiliev, and it's a little bit different than everything else that he does because most of you will know, hello, Dan Eckberg as well. Anyone else I may have missed? Igor's apps are normally quite complex and unique, and they make quite destructive sounds, and you need you need a physics degree to be able to understand them most of the time. But they create amazing sounds. But he's really taken a different approach to this one and made it super, super simple. But the sounds that you can get from this app is just incredible. It's $12.99. Absolutely worth your time. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. We're going to jump over. I've got some really cool examples today to look at here in AUM. So without further ado, I've got a bunch of instruments, different sounds, variations. So we've got VHS, we've got Synthmaster, we've got the Trooper in here, we've got Terraverse, We've got Playbeat 3 to provide some drums in this particular piece. And it's all being controlled by Zoa, all the instruments, just so you know what is happening here. So we'll kick off and show you what's going on. So this is just a clean VHS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all of these instances of VintageRack and see what happens. Okay. So it loses a lot of that craziness that was going on. And there are a ton of effects in here. So I'm going to get rid of this project here. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to open up one instance of it. Got a few other projects to open during the show. We're just going to open up an instance of this. In fact, what we'll do is open this one. Clear that. Open this piano one I've got here. And we'll start off on a piano. Yeah. Where are we? Files. And we'll start off on a piano and show you what the deal is, what the dealio is, because we've got one piano set up. We'll mute this. And I've just got this playing, yeah? Okay, let's have a look at the interface. Now, this is what you get when you open it. Pretty much you got an input and you got an output. That's it. So what's going in and what's going out? You got to put in before you get out. Yeah. Awesome. So with both of these input and output, you have a mute down here so you can mute this, and a bypass, which is clearly a mute, which bypasses all of the effects. And down here, you have a little parameter section. And straight off, what you will notice with a lot of the dials that are within this app, there's these particular ones which have two sets of dials. So if I grab my mouse here and just start turning it, you'll see this outer dial moves. But if I click in the middle, it becomes colored and it moves the inside. Yeah? So you've got an inside dial and an outside dial, and you'll see this across the whole lot of this app. Nearly every effect has this kind of thing, one of them at least, you know. So you just tap on it and it changes color, and you can tell by the little color change what's going on in there. So we'll just cover these things. So you've got your input. We've got a gate here, so you can gate the sounds, the input sounds. Turn this up and down. You have a stereo mono, left and right, which you can flick between. So we'll hit play. So there you go. We've got mono now. Left, right. You can change the bit rate all the way down to, so this one down to 14 bits. So that's cool. Now we're going to cover, the output, because this is really important, this output section. So we mentioned we've got a bypass here, but down here we have parameters. So in these parameters, you've got your treble, middle, bass. So you've got an EQ there, and underneath the EQ, you've got this little tone off, and you've got A, B, and C, 3 different sets of EQ that you can play with. Plus, you can mess with these individually. But here's where things get interesting. So up here, you've got your output. So you can turn your output up to plus 100, or you can pull it down to minus 100. So there you go. There's that. There's your output. But if you click in the middle here, you get a saturator. And where this is really cool is you can turn your saturator up and get a really dirty edge sound there, and then pull back the output. Because if you've massively got your volume up and you're adding saturation, you're going to get a big output there. So that's really cool. I really like this saturator. We're going to show you. Let's just hit play and just turn up the saturator. So you can already hear it's just going to give you that bit of grit, give you some volume with a little bit of dirt to it, which is really nice to have on your final mix there. And if we hit play again, you can hear the different tones from the EQ. This is tone A to C, plus you can control these. Now you double click on any of these to bring them back home. Double click, back home. Cool. Right, so up the top here we have these tone banks, and you've got 4 of them, A, B, C, and D. And within each of these, A, you've got 1 to 6. 1 to 6. So nice and easy. So you move to B, then you've got B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D. So these are your banks and these are your patches. All right, wonderful stuff. Super easy to use. And you, from the onset, are given a whole selection of them. So if I hit A and then 1, it auto-populates with a wonderful preset. So then if I'm on A still, and then I move to 2, there's another preset. And you'll see the sounds are changing up here as I'm going through these. So then we go to B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and you can see it gives you a representation of what you're on here, B6. So you know exactly what's going on. Plus they've got a little colored lines on each side so you can see what's going on. Now, if you want to overwrite them, it's really it can't be any easier. That's what I said. Igor normally makes these apps that are like super, your brain melts. Exactly, Rhett. Just like Battleship. B3 to D2. Sunk your ship. But to save a tone, you just hit save. And it says, would you like to save this to the current setting that you're on? Yes or no? That's it. And it just overwrites. There is no naming anything, nothing like that. Yeah, kind of, sort of, Thomas, but just a nice, really simple interface, sort of like a simple mix box. And nowhere near as resource heavy. Absolutely nowhere near as resource heavy. So when I click the little app section here, you can switch to additional user preset banks, restore last state of the main parameters without when load audio unit. So you can do that. Used shift and click to drag and change the control. So if you're want to use a mouse, all that kind of stuff, disable parameters. So we've got some MIDI stuff in here that we can change. So we can do our CCs, we can learn, we've got a MIDI learn, plenty of stuff like that in here, so that's good. Then we got MIDI 2, so we can control all of this stuff in here, what MIDI channels are going out, all that kind of stuff. Very easy to use, and these are your 3 sets of options across the top. Yeah? Boom. So let's, then you've got a little help. The menu's built in as well. So it doesn't take you anywhere else to another app, to another page or anything like that. Even links to other apps that Igor makes, details on other apps there. And look at this, how considerate is he, right? For people like me with 4 eyes, there's even a zoom option for the instructions. Look at that. Look at that. More developers should put stuff like that in. That's just, you know what? That's just considerate. And there's even a top button just to go back. Let's just go back to the top. Just little things, you know, it's just nice. It's just nice to know. All right. So as I said in the beginning, you've got your input and your output, and everything in between you can fill up with whatever you want. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can fill up with 5 of these as you go. And just to show you again, if we jump out, reload this as it is an AUv3. You can use it in GarageBand, Cubase. Works on iPad. I'm pretty sure it does work on iPhone. Yes, it does. So that's all good. AUv3, Cubase, GarageBand, all your favorites, all the favorite hits. It works in VintageRack. So when you open it up, there you go. So you start with a clean palette. Now, when you click up the top of one of these where it says empty, or when it is full, you get this little drop-down box, and these are all the different things that you can do. So you've got empty, if you want to empty one, because it's a good idea to be able to delete one if you want. You've got a compressor, you've got a console EQ, a delay, a reverse delay, a dim D, which we'll cover, an ensemble, an insta flanger, an easy flanger, a phase. We've got another phase, an auto wah, a tremolo, a ring modulator, a fuzz, and a space G, which of course is a reverb. So quite a few things to play around with, yeah? And you can mix and match as you go. Let's hit play. And we'll add a space G. Well, actually, we'll add a space G at the end of the mix. I'm going to go into my parameters here for the output. I'm going to just turn up this saturator. So what you'll notice too, with each thing that you attach, you have a mute button, plus you have different parameters. And again, so with this, we have a decay and a pre-delay, because this is our reverb. And you've got a low filter, high filter for your reverb. So if you want to make it a high pass, low, up to you. And you've got a bunch of different kind of reverb. So a large hall, a cathedral, a canyon, a plate, plate 2, chamber, small hall. Nice selection of stuff. We'll go through them. really easy. Check this out. Really easy with the volumes, yeah? Really responsive. Super responsive. We can mute it. Put it back on. We can bypass over here. So this bypass 2 on the end bypasses everything. So it even bypasses the saturation you've got as well too, yeah? Beautiful. Let's mute that. What else do we have? You've got a reverse delay. Let's bring in some reverse delay, shall we? Wicked. So the outer ring up the top here is your time. But when you click on it, you get a fine tune in the middle. You can change the depth and the rate. You can even change the bit rate. So if you want to create a lo-fi, you can go down to 10 bit. And you've got like a long delay, a short delay, so really sweet. Let's mute that. Let's add something else, shall we? What do we got? What do we got? Let's just add a normal delay. Again, pretty, normal delay stuff. You got your time. Fine tuned by double clicking. You can change to a ping pong left, ping pong right, to a delay. You can change the bit rate again. We'll add some reverb back to that. What else do we have in here? What's this ensemble? Let's have a look. So this ensemble. Well, does that sound like a chorus to me? So with this one, there's no dials, but you've got different intensities and different ensembles. So three of these, 3 each. Hey, Frank. You can send it to the left, you can send it to the right, you can send it in the middle, and everything's right. So again, 24-bit, you can go down to 10-bit if you want to get that lo-fi sound for this particular one. And what do we add down here? We'll add a ring modulator just for fun in this one. We'll mute all these. So you've got a ring modulator. Can you hear that pulsating? So you can change the frequency up here. You can change your waveforms from a saw, square, experimental, I think that one is, sine wave, triangle. And you can mix both of these up, so you can have like a square in one, saw in the other. Pretty sweet, huh? Let's change that piano thing out a little bit. Shall we go perform? We'll just change it to the next one. So again, if I want to save this, I can save it as it is. Or if I want to get rid of one, super easy. I can just click up here and hit an empty. It'll empty that out, or you can just replace it. So you've also got a compressor in here. So you've got some makeup gain. And decide the rate of your compression. So 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 1.5. Fast compression. Let's take that compressor out. And you can see this compression working here, working overtime. So we give it some volume. Look at that. It's compressing it so much right there. It's rubbing out the song, the piano. So it's a pretty tight compressor in here. You can go in here and turn this makeup gain. Look at that. We're crushing fuck out of it so it doesn't even exist anymore. So nice compressor. So even if you didn't want to use any other effects, a really nice compressor in here to use on your songs. And not only that too, if we jump out of our ensemble here, we've also got an EQ as well. So you've got an EQ out here, which is for your output, but you've got another EQ in here. So we'll call it a pre-EQ, I guess. It depends where you want to put it in your chain. It's completely up to you how you build your chain. Let's hit play. We'll mute all these. So here's our console EQ. Wow. How thick does that sound? So we've got 2 layers with each of these knobs. And we've got a wide, narrow, so what else is in here? Let's have a look. We also have a flanger. So, absolutely, Jamie, well done, Pete. Pete had his first dump. It could do, Thomas, absolutely. It's got all the stuff. It's even got a fuzz in here as well. So we've got a flange. Two-layer knobs. Absolutely, Jerry. It's pretty neat, this thing. Pretty damn neat. So again, we can change the bit rate to get that lo-fi sound. We got classic, normal, emphasis here. Then we have another flange here. This is the other flange. You can hear this one's just a little bit, it just feels a little bit softer. And it's got an intensity button, so 3 different intensities. A wide, a middle, and narrow, and again, a quality button. So I think, did we do the dimension D? This is the dimension D. I don't know if I did this already. I don't think so. And you'll find in the dimension D, very simple controls. 3 of them. 4. So chorusy sound there. Then over the page, oh, we got a phase as well. Really, really thick phase. Listen to that. 3 modes. Wow, there's meat on the bone there. That's a really nice phase. I'll bring in some reverb. Right, what else is here? So when we go over the page, because your little module button down the bottom, should we give it some fuzz? So you got a few different types. 2. Your Q, so you can change to a low, mid, and a high. Well, who would have expected that? We've got a notch, a ladder. Audibles ask, good for guitar-based effects? I definitely think so. I definitely think for the chorus and the phaser and the flange, definitely. Definitely. Did you hear those? The rich, sexy meat on the bone. We can add some guitar, do a test if we really want to. What else is in here on the second page? Did the ring modulator. We got a tremolo. See? Really good for guitar as well. Listen to that tremolo. So on the inside, wow, really good for lo-fi stuff. If we take this down to 10-bit, so you can actually decide too to turn the tremolo off and just keep the vibrato happening. And you can change between your... It's nice. The depth. Hey Barry, welcome back from the sheep dip. I don't know if the fuzz is enough for really high distorted vocals. We can give it a go. We've got an auto wah. So that's pretty cool. We've got an auto wah. We can change the rate. A Q, high, low. We can have a slow wah. A mid wah. Fast. Low pass filter, high pass filter, notch filter. And last but not least, it's on here is a phase S, phase shift. Some really nice phases on here, I have to admit. So we've got a dark phase, a bright, so you can switch between a dark and... Wow. And when you bring them all together, it's pretty sexy. But what does it do to drums? Let's find out what it does to drums, huh? So once again, I'm going to turn up the saturation in I just love the saturator here. It's really nice. You can give it lots of gus, and then you can pull it down if it's too loud in the output. We'll go through some presets just randomly. So we'll go through A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, go through the B's, B1, B2, B3, I'll come back to your Audible for that. Have a look. Now this is the original sound. We're using Polybeat here. Ooh. How filthy is that? We've got an auto wah here, so we can try that. Yes. I've turned the rate down. There you go. Audible. We've got a notch. Low pass. High pass. So I can't see why not. How's that high pass? It just pulls out all that freaking low end. Look at that. There's just nothing left. B6. So clearly that ring modulator is oh, nice to see you too, Russ, you miserable old prick. Let's go to C. Remember, we can go in here and change this from stereo to mono in our input. Left, right, we've got all that fancy stuff. What are we up to? C2? C3? We'll go through the Ds quickly. Clear this out quickly. Let's grab a microphone. Do I have a microphone ready? I think I do. We'll go in here to input 1. Hey, we got a microphone. Let's throw it in here, shall we? Vintage. And we'll build something with it quickly. Oh. Hey. So I'm going to add the saturator straight away because I just love it. Boom. Wow, look at that. Now there we've got some nice sound. Wiki, woo. Boom. Yes, indeed. All right. So what do we add here? Let's add some fuzz. Wow. Hey, so there's a bit of distortion there. Wow. Hey. We can go to our main here. Wow. There's a bit of distortion, but yeah. Not too crazy. We can turn that kind of up, and what can we do? Yeah, boy. We can turn down some of this saturation here. Hey, and give it some volume instead. Whoa, hey. Wow! So yeah, there you go. So you could create that kind of thing. So you got 2 different types there. Hey. So yeah, I guess you can get some kind of distortion going on. Sounds pretty cool to me. Yeah, why not? What's it? Reverse? It's at a normal delay. Let's hear this reverb. Wow. Pretty nice reverb. Our large hall, cathedral, pre-delay. Whoa, oh, listen to the music. Whoa. Get this. We've got a plate. So nice for a guitar. Plate 2. And a big old chamber. So hey, it works really good on vocals. Even this compressor here. Let's get this compressor working. And we'll give that boom. We got a big compressor here. Fast attack. Whoa, yeah. Nice. Nice. And you can see that compressor working. Boom. Boom. Hey. 1, 2, 2, 1. And I'm yelling pretty loud there. Hey. 1, 2. Fairly decent. So yeah, vocals. Nice. Pretty good. The last thing I'll do today before we get out of here is we'll load up a project. Go away, microphone. Because I've got another show coming up where we're going to be taking a look at your artwork. As I said in the beginning, half an hour from now, I'm doing another show where you can send me your words and I'm going to run through Mid-Journey and create some art. So if you need album art, you need promo art, anything for a video or anything background footage, like you want a scenery, something you want to put yourself in front of, we can do something like that. So join me for that up next. Let's open this up though. So this is, I've got Hammerhead, and I've got Hammerhead split out across multiple tracks here. And then I've put VintageRack, and look at this. I've got a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 VintageRacks running on each section of Hammerhead. So if we move this out. Hey, Russ. So basically what I've got going on here, is a VintageRack on every part of the kit here. So Hammerhead, this, you can see this version of Hammerhead, it's turned down because I've sent out every part of the kit to its own track. So we got 8 tracks of individual kit. So if I pull all these out and hit play, you'll hear and then I've got all of it being sent to this final track here. And let's add a vintage to that as well. Hey, Andy. Stu, sitting on each other's laps. Creepy. So really, I know it's a much more of a simple interface than Igor normally makes, but if you really want to make it crazy, you can, because the combination of things you get are endless. Let's just have a listen to this by itself. So here's our kicks. Hey, Gary. Here's our snare. And there you go. Really easy to empty out your tracks and build from fresh. Let's add a ring modulator. Also, we've got parameters for presets, inputs, outputs, and slots. Yeah? pretty neat stuff, yeah? I reckon it's wicked. Really good app. I covered the price at the beginning. It's $12.99. Lots of things you can do. It works in your garage bands. It works in your Cubases, your Nano Studios, whatever you want to use it in. It works in. Good stuff. Before we get out of here, I just need to make an announcement. So, Songtember is almost over, folks. We are almost at the end of Songtember, and it is my privilege to announce right now on this show. You'll need to keep watching the channel over the next couple of days because there will be a full announcement, but something is happening. Something is coming. Rocktober is upon us. And I will be hosting Rocktober now for a yearly event following Songtember where we'll create a music video in a month. So if you would like to get involved, feel free. I am going to be doing my music video during Rocktober, as it is now officially in the banks. We've got Songtember every year from Pete Johns. And now following Songtember will be Rocktober officially, where we encourage people to make a music video in a month, okay? And I'm going to be taking it up a big level this year using production with my drone, gimbals, outside footage, inside footage, green screen stuff. I'm going to try and put together the best video I possibly can, right? And I know even Pete talked to me yesterday. Pete's going to make a video clip as well. He hasn't made one for ages. So Pete's going to get in and make a video clip. So if you want to get involved in it, you know what? There are no rules. I'll be doing my whole, the whole thing of what I do, showing you every single thing. I'll be starting off with storyboarding, the gear that I'll be using. I'll be pre-recording stuff outside, behind the scenes, stuff down in my garage with my green screen. I'm going to take you right behind the scenes of my entire process of trying to create in my home with, you know, pretty limited gear as a professional clip I possibly can. And you know what? The rules. Hey, if you've already made a clip for your Songtember song, choose another song that you may not have done before, or an old song, or something new. It's totally up to you. But I encourage you to get involved and make a music video and try something, step outside your comfort zone, do something a little bit different, you know? Film yourself, buy a costume, buy something silly. We'll talk about it. There will be an opening video for this. Probably will be a pre-record. And what's really exciting is I'll be kicking off Rocktober with of course, I'll be uploading my video clip from 2 years ago, 2020, from Metheist up to DistroVid and running you through that for, I think it's on the 2nd of October. So that's how I'll be kicking it all off, showing you how you can upload your stuff. Rent a costume. Yes, that's right too. Audible. So yes, the details will come up in the next couple of days, but yeah, man, Rocktober, it is a thing. So I you know, thought about it long and hard. And we've danced around the name for quite a while. So we may as well do something to follow on to keep up it just feels natural, like it's the next level from recording a song to making a video clip. All right, I'm getting out of here right now. See you later, Tremor Bear. Take care. I'll be back in about 15 minutes time with my Mid-Journey show. So if you want to come and join me for that, come and have your ideas for album art, promo art, backgrounds for your possible video that you might want to stand in front of. Yeah. And because I'll be using Mid-Journey for my backgrounds, for my clip, like, you know, cityscapes, whatever you want to do. It's going to be really cool for that. So come and join me in 15 minutes and have your words or your prompts or your song lyrics or your ideas for images that you want me to pump into the AI and see what it comes back. Russ, what side of the bed did you fall out of today, you miserable old grouch? Jump back in your bin, pull the lid down, Oscar, and shut the fuck up. All right. We'll see you in about 15 minutes' time. Hope you can join me. As soon as this show ends, it will dump you over there anyway. All right. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We're all right together. See you soon.